Welcome back, Knights, to my show called Catching Up on the School Tea with Lee. Catching Up on the School Tea with Lee. I hope that you guys are having a great day and this video finds you well. I pray that like every time you guys see my face that you just get excited about like the guest or what we're going to be talking about today, because I know I get excited. And I'm not going to talk too much because I do have a special guest. You can see the chair here. So let's make a lap roll for... Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. I'm doing amazingly good. It's nice to meet you because I just met her, right? Her today. So that's amazing. And I'm just so excited. I love meeting new people.
Yeah.
I get a little nervous too sometimes. How do you feel?
You do? You don't show it at all.
Really?
Sometimes I get nervous, but not usually.
Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Sweeney. I am currently a teacher resident over at Bodine, and I came over to visit with Dr. Henry because we don't have anyone at my school who does what she does. I'm a teacher resident, so I function a lot like a student teacher, and I support one of the chemistry teachers and biology teachers over there, and I help teach some classes and get feedback, and I'm learning how to do a good job because I really want to support students well. My primary subject is going to be chemistry, which can be 10th grade, can be 11th grade, depending on the school. But I like all subject areas. I ideally would like to one day make my way around a bunch of subjects and teach math or social studies.
Okay, that's amazing. Hopefully you'll help me to love chemistry because I had a hard time last year. Yeah. Last year is when I took chemistry, my junior year, with my coach, Miss Harvey, and it was a hard time for me.
A lot of people have a hard time with chemistry, and that's part of why I want to teach it. So many of my friends, when I was in college, complained about it and said that they'd had a hard time.
Well, how did you get to that point where it's that's the base, that's the focus, the main focus is chemistry, that's something that I desire to teach?
Yeah, so I loved chemistry from the get-go. I found it really interesting. I was really fascinated by all the reactions that were happening in front of me. And I took to it really well. And so I went and studied chemical engineering in college, and then I worked as a chemical engineer for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
It was really interesting. I got the chance to travel the country. I worked for the Navy and went on submarines and met sailors, and actually transitioned while working with some of the same sailors, which was fascinating.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. So how was that? Was that hard for you? How was that emotionally, physically, mentally? Having everyone around you and working towards your transition, like you said, and stuff like that. How was that?
It was really interesting because not only was I working in an environment where no one had met someone like me, I was working in a field that was super male dominated. I was often the only woman in the room, not only the only trans woman. So dealing with the social dynamics of people that are not used to working with a whole lot of women, and then learning how to be one at the same time was really challenging and interesting. So
yeah, what would be your advice for that?
For one, I don't think I recognized what was happening until sometimes people called me out for it. I once had someone say, "Juniper, you're really emotional," while I was working, which was a surprise for me because I'd never thought of myself that way. But I think it was really important for me to know who I could lean on, even if I was on the other side of the country and didn't have anyone that I knew close to me, to be able to, at the end of the day, call a friend or a colleague or a mentor to tell them about what was going on, to hear what they had to say about it, to help them guide me and stay on track.
Especially when there's a lot going around you, you're focusing, you said you were in the Navy. Yeah. So yeah, what was your job there?
I was responsible for development of and sustainment of air support systems on subs.
Oh, okay, amazing. So did you love to work in that environment?
I don't think I necessarily did. I found it really interesting, but at that time in my life, I didn't find too much joy or love in anything that I did. So once I started to find more joy in general in life, I realized that I wanted to be doing other things, which is part of why I am becoming a teacher. I think I did a lot of the growth while I was there and then got myself ready for the shift because I knew that I would be working in a totally new environment in ways that I'd never worked with people before. I have to do way more talking with people and spend a lot more time around folks than I used to, and that's a big adjustment, having spent a lot of time like working with machines and working with documentation and doing a lot of writing.
How do you use your personal life experience to help other people, like when they're going through maybe similar things that you have went through or different things? Like, how do you show up for them using your own personal experience from your life?
This is a really interesting question because I think I'm still learning how to do this in like this capacity. But I think one is being able to listen to what someone else is going through and try to internalize it and see if I have anything to apply from my life, because I often do. But respecting that not everything that I've experienced is going to be helpful for them and not trying to shoehorn any information I give them.
Right.
And also just being able to sit with someone and absorb what they're going through and be a warm place for them to feel safe and happy and supported for a time period.
Right, because you don't want to just like base what somebody else is going through with your personal like experiences, based on that, like, oh, if I experience this, I'm able to show up for you. But not only that, even if I didn't experience it, I'm still able to show up for you in an effective way.
Yeah.
And I'm still able to help you go through that and navigate life, even if I don't know personally what you've been through. What's your favorite animal?
What is my favorite animal?
Yeah.
I like a lot of animals. I really like birds.
Birds.
Yeah. I wish I was wearing a short sleeve shirt because I have a tattoo of one of my favorite birds on my upper arm.
Right. What's the bird called?
It's a grebe, so it's a kind of, it's like a duck, but they're way worse at flying and walking. They're just really, really good at swimming.
Right.
And so it's a small kind of drab bird, but they're really good at what they do, which is being unnoticed by predators and diving for little fish.
Okay. That's interesting. I've never heard of a bird called that. Like, maybe I should start doing more research about birds, because this sounds a bit interesting. Let me get my teacup, because that was tea. That was tea. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, my favorite animal personally, I will always say is a zebra.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to like lean over to like the lion, like cheetah, like, you know, the like fierce animals, because like I feel like I see myself as one of them, like very going, like, you know, a lion, they hunt for their food. Cheetahs, like, you know, they hunt for their food.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with me, like, I'm outgoing, like I'm a go-getter. What are the changes that you may want to happen in the world?
And as sort of a meta answer, I hope that we all get a bit of a chance to take a pause from the rapid pace that life tends to move at, to consider how we want to conduct ourselves and what kinds of impacts we want to have, and also know that we can take a shift and redirect ourselves.
Yeah.
That, you know, whatever path we're on is not the path we need to stay on.
Right, that's so real. And like, you can switch up your path any time you want. Like, I feel like with the world and society, like, they make you feel as though you have to do things when they want you to do it, or like, you get what I'm saying, or just like, it's like a rush. Like, I definitely understand what you're saying. It's like a rush of movement. Like, oh, we have to hurry up and do this. Like, the next day we gotta do it. And I know even with me, like, I be getting to that point because like I see that in society so much of like that movement, and sometimes I know that like I just be needing to take time to myself and be still. Like, you get what I'm saying, like nothing is going to like pass you, you know. Nothing that is for you is going to pass you. Like, you don't have to be in that constant state of mind of feeling like you have to move on this, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then that starts to become overwhelming. Like, that's a burnout.
Like, and when you get burned out, you just kind of get swept up in the movement of it, and you get caught up in like cycles of destruction and violence and consumption that really aren't serving anyone, except for like folks that are very far outside of your life and are often harmful.
Exactly. And I feel like if your main focus is to like have that fast movement, my advice to you is just slow down. Like, just slow down. Like, it's no rush. Like, you have time. Like, and like it just, to me personally, it be feeling like time be moving very fast. So that's why I be like, oh my God, I gotta get this done, because it's like time be moving very fast. But like I said, I be having to remind myself, slow down. Like, you got this, and like that encouragement, because like I know sometimes I could be discouraged by like other people around me. Like, if I want somebody, like, cause like I'm a very like different kind of person. I'm not able to relate to that many people as of what I'm doing right now. So it's just like, especially at Strawberry Mansion, like that's exactly why my goal is to like really instill those leadership qualities and other people because, like, I know for me personally, like, I wasn't always a leader. As I said to y'all before, I was not always a leader. Like, you know, I was caught up in the mix.
Yeah.
I was caught up in the mix. So, and it's like, you know, it took time, but I became that leader over time. And I just want everybody to know that you could become that leader. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's so hard for me to say no. What do you think about you? I don't, like, for me, it's hard for me to say no.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I love being involved. I love doing things. I think most people in my life would say that I need to say no more. So I need this advice.
Yes.
But it's so tempting because so many things are shiny and interesting and beautiful and look like so much fun and look like, or I feel like I could do a little bit of good if I were to be involved.
Saying no, it just be hurtful
It's
because
hard.
I feel like I'm like saying no to a piece of me.
Can I flip the script on you and ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
You said that you are trying to nurture leadership in the people around you. Do you feel like you've had some wins in that? Do you feel like you're seeing some underclassmen and other seniors starting to lead along with you?
Yes, definitely. Like, I definitely see that. And it inspires me because, like, even like when people come up to me and be like, oh, we seen your episode and stuff like that, like, that inspires me. And then just going to different classrooms and stuff like that and like seeing people. I have a public speaking class with my supervisor. So like usually like I write speeches and make videos and stuff like that, and I even inspire people in that class. And I feel like me opening myself up, and I'm always the person to be like, who wants to go first? I'd be like, I'll go first. Like, you know, I'm leading so I can be that example for other people, and I feel like that helped other people in my class to be more open-minded with going first. Now I sit back when the starter's like, who wants to go first? I sit back, I let somebody else respond, and sometimes people do. Like, I feel like this senior year for me has been a total shift of just like, you know, inspiration lately. I thank you for asking me that question. Nobody's ever like, you know, flipped the script and asked me a question. So I love that. That made me happy.
Good.
So yeah, that wraps up today's episode. But before we go, what is your advice for people that may be going through depression or like anxiety or like, you know, just don't have that like stability at home?
I think one, find someone else that is able to support you. It sounds like there are plenty of people between your peers and others that are at the school that would be more than happy to like jump in and support. And also, like, if you feel like that's something that's persistent, take a hard look at like where you are and who you're trying to be and see if there's a big change that you need to make.
Right.
Like I didn't really like get to start to experience much joy until I was able to resolve some issues with how I was presenting and who I was trying to be, even though I was quote unquote very successful in some people's eyes. Like I was doing well as a chemical engineer, but didn't feel good until I started working on my identity.
Seeing the difference, it's like a lot of people, like a lot of females and stuff like that, they'll come to me like with their like personal problems, and they trust me. They trust me to not like go and tell somebody else, or to not like you get what I'm saying, just like to look at it from an open-minded perspective, not biased, like, oh well, since I believe in this, I think that this should happen, or since you get what I'm saying, like not on my own personal beliefs or my own personal like understanding, but just being open-minded, like to receive.
Yeah.
I thank you for being on my
Thank you
show
for having
today.
me.
Oh my God, I was not expecting this, but
yeah,
this
what a
went
wonderful
really
surprise.
well. Yeah, this went really, really well.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Cheers.
Cheers.